Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. This is episode number 23 in the series, and it's probably, I know there's been like a lot of Tron stuff going on, but there's also been like a lot of story stuff going on here, and this is where you're really going to see like the biggest elements of the story really start to come together. Like, this is where some of the between this episode and the episode coming out on Wednesday, there's a lot of stuff that just happens this week that is going to be very exciting. I did not shoot Friday's video yet, at least I don't remember if I did, but I know at least Monday and Wednesday's episode here are going to have a lot of lore stuff going on. So if you did like these episodes up until this point, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I know the schedule's been a little bit shaky lately, but you know, if we have to take this whole month to beat these games as well, and then start with the next Let's Plays in the series after that, we could always get back to Super Mario 2 and another Nuzlocke later on in the year. I'm sure some of the other Let's Plays will wrap up a little bit early, so no harm there. Like I said, I expected these two Let's Plays between this one and Pokemon Soul Silver to run a little bit over, but I did not foresee them running this far over in my actual schedule of the calendar year, so I apologize for that, but we'll get to them eventually, right? But here, you know, it's just the standard beat 'em up Heartless. There's a lot of stuff going on around the castle that we need to take care of. If you remember at the end of last episode, there were some big explosions and things like that out there, so I'm sure everything is not hunky-dory outside of this building, so we really need to go and help all of our buddies there. But first we have to make it through this wave of Heartless and Nobodies. You're going to start seeing in the next couple episodes, I think next episode there's a lot of Heartless, but then moving past that you're going to see a lot more Nobodies than we've seen up until this point. Right now we've seen only a few variations, but you're going to see a lot more moving forward, and honestly the Nobodies are a bit more of a formidable foe, if I'm going to be honest. They are a bit stronger than the Heartless, and they're just a little bit more strategic in like how they attack and how they defend themselves. Like, they're just a little bit on the smarter side. But here we go, we get these floating fairy creatures. I actually really like these creatures. I think they're Final Fantasy characters. If I'm wrong about that, drop it down in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're from. And they're just sort of trading sides to be whoever's on the side that wins and they get treasure out of it. I'm pretty sure it's like the general what they're about, you know. I don't think there's much exciting with them going on, but for some reason I just really like their characters, so they're cool. We'll live with it. We can see Donald's pretty fed up with waiting back there. I kind of like that Donald's always just like a little perturbed when things aren't going the way that Donald wants them to go. It's funny, like Goofy seems to be like the moral compass of the group. Donald seems to be pretty agitated all the time, and then Sora seems to be somewhere in the middle where like he really cares about his friends, but outside of that, if he can achieve something great, he's gonna go out of his way to do it. So it seems to be the dynamic, and I really like it in this group. Like, did Leon really have treasure? And there's Donald laughing away. But here we go, we are finally making our way to the exit. You can see some Nobodies here appear, and the group just takes them out accordingly. And I'm sure we run up here, and who do we see? Oh boy, it's Sephiroth. That is right, Sephiroth is back. If you were with me when we did the original Kingdom Hearts Let's Play, we beat Sephiroth in one of the Hercules Cups. Yeah, if you want to go see that Let's Play too, be sure to go and check it out. It's on the channel. It should be, there's like a Kingdom Hearts, just generic Kingdom Hearts playlist that'll have that Let's Play in it, and you could watch that game from start to finish as you wait for newer episodes of this series to come out, if that's your thing. But yeah, we did eventually beat Sephiroth in one of the challenges. He is extremely difficult to beat in Kingdom Hearts 1. I remember from past experiences, I know we don't battle him here, but I remember from past experiences of playing Kingdom Hearts 2 that he's a little bit easier in this game. But I think that just has to do with Sora's movement overall, just improving from game to game. Like, Sora just has a lot more that he could do in this game. I still think the level of difficulty is there, don't get me wrong. He's probably harder than a lot of the bosses in this game, but he is, he's always a challenge to go up against. And I remember him specifically in this game being challenging, but not quite as challenging as he was in Kingdom Hearts 1. So, you know, I'm sure we'll eventually go and beat him and take care of business there. And of course the dog is shaking her head, making some noise with the collar. Is that what you're doing, friend? That's what she's doing. She confirmed. But there you go. See, I cut out some of the Heartless battles that actually happen here just because I don't want to go over 30 minutes on a video anymore, personally. That's why I did that, but that's just more or less so that way we could keep these things pretty concise, because there's going to be a large number of videos coming out where, like, there's just so much going on and, like, so many cutscenes that I want to narrate well over them, but I know once the video's past 30 minutes, I really stink at doing narrations there. But here we go. We can see there's a huge Heartless army incoming into the town, which is never good. Now, I do believe a lot of these Heartless are particularly strong. I mean, they're stronger than what the normal people in this game could probably put up with, but in these numbers, I mean, that's pretty... I would think of them, if you're a Star Wars fan, they're like battle droids. The general public's not going to be able to beat them, but all things said and done, there's enough of them to cause a ruckus. So here we can see Yuffie and all of them out there battling. I always forget the other one's name. Sorry, other female character. Stitch is even putting in the work. You see Stitch putting in the work to protect the town. You see the little fairy things doing all the work that they can do here. It's probably best case for them. But we can just see there's so many Heartless just chasing down people. This is not going to end well. And here we have a Cloud and Leon moment. But that's, yeah. It goes to show everybody's really coming together to protect Hollow Bastion, which is nice to see. Everybody putting in the effort. Is Cloud gonna have a Sephiroth moment here? It appears he is. So Cloud gets his little moment with Sephiroth. I kind of like, because I don't know if this is how it is in the Final Fantasy games, but I kind of like that they mesh like their two characters as to Sephiroth being the dark part of Cloud's heart. I don't know. It makes sense for like the context of this game. And I feel like it is a cool way to like really bring that about and tie it into the story, which is nice because it doesn't leave us wondering, well, who the hell is Sephiroth? Because I'm sure a lot of people do wonder that on first playthrough. If you're not into Final Fantasy stuff, like all this is probably pretty confusing. I'm not into Final Fantasy myself, but I only know enough about it because of these games. And here my controller died, so there is like a couple second cut there, but probably didn't change much, just an abrupt him leaving instead of just lingering and then leaving. And then we have this new female character who's honestly kicking ass, so that's pretty good to see. There we can see the armies are growing.
Everybody, hang in there.
Sora's like, we gotta help everybody, because he's good boy Sora. And I'm still in the master form. I was using that previously. You're gonna see me start to use some of the forms a little bit more.
But Leon and the others are friends too.
In the past, we were just sort of, I don't want to say button mashing, but we were being a little bit less strategic and just plowing through things. Now I'm gonna start to take advantage of using the forms and some of the cooler things that we can do. Just because, I mean, the game gives it to us. It's not technically cheating, so like we might as well make the most out of what the game is offering us in terms of like abilities. He's like, we understand. We'll go search for Riku and Kairi. Mickey's like, that's right. Watch for danger. I turn to you guys, these guys, and I'm like, wait, what the hell are you guys talking about? We need to help them. And of course, they're going to give him a wink here, like, letting them know we are going to help everybody in the town. We're going to disobey King Mickey this one time for you, Sora. Which is actually, like, completely contradicting what they would have done in Kingdom Hearts 1, where, like, they listened to the king and only the king. So it's nice to see them have some character growth here, too. And Mickey just sort of sighs as we all go over the hill on our way to help everybody. We're like, we're sorry. Gotta help our friends. Mickey's just sort of like, oh, man. Come on. What am I gonna do with these goons? But you can see him smile at the end there. You know, he knows that we're doing it for our friends. And now we have some organizational BS here. So it's scanning to see who that is. It's an unknown entity. He turns off the camera. He loads a disk inside there. Probably the installation files for LimeWire, if I was to guess. He's able to sign in no problem, apparently. He's just able to do whatever he needs to do. Then it shot the disc back out. So maybe it's just an Xbox 360 and it had the red ring of death there. Maybe that's what's going on, because it won't accept the disc. Now he's probably just exporting all the data files, honestly, or something like that. That makes sense. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's already started, but be prepared for what is the longest on-screen walk that essentially leads to nothing that you will ever see. It's exciting. It's fascinating. Actually, it leads to something pretty cool, but like they didn't need to show the walk for as long as they show it. So there's this underground walkway here, which I remember as a kid, the first time seeing this, and then knowing that it's like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 is right around the corner. I was like, oh man, we're gonna find out a lot about this shit. I guess we technically did, but not as much as I would have liked to, and not the way I would have liked to figure it out. Because it would have been cool to come down here ourselves. Especially, I mean, yeah, watch how long this walk is. I bet you for you guys watching, this is just like invigorating. But don't worry, you get to see him walk the vast majority of this thing. I know that's all very exciting. Okay, maybe not the vast majority of it, but that is a long walk. I mean, come on. And then we get to see him down at the bottom. Like, what? Why is there so much time spent on the walking? I guess you could ask me the same thing, because I walk my dog pretty damn frequently, and then I run as well. Oh, nope, I wasn't kidding. He's still just walking down this damn thing. And then we're getting some flashbacks. Oh boy. Ansem was yelling at this guy. And apparently the guy's name is Xehanort that we're in the head of right now. So we get some information here. Xehanort's an organizational member, apparently. There's some prison cells down here. Or are they about to free a bad person? It's possible. And then we get to see this whole thing get lit up. The organizational sigils. Friend is in quotes, so we can't take it too seriously. And it looks like there's some armor there. And a Keyblade. So it looks like a Keyblade wielder was defeated. And the armor's just sort of sitting there residually. Now we get an organizational member here walking up the stairs. I don't believe... See, there's these two members. I actually don't believe either of these are in this game. I'm pretty sure that both of these members died in between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. We may be able to revisit their boss battles in this game. I know they're notoriously very hard in this game. But if we don't, when we play the game that takes place in between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, we'll get to see their boss battles. But I'm still not sure if we'll be able to do that. You know, when the time comes, we'll take a look at it. But yeah, looks like one organizational member was overhearing and he was sent out to recruit new members. It's like, as if I'm doing my job. And we've already met this guy. Found one just yesterday. Mar something, which would be Mar Lucia. Brings the organizational count to 11. So that means they just needed 2 more members at that point in time. He's resting up. It's like, I'll leave you to the rest. But of course, this guy's gonna push it a little bit more. He's like, he wants to find out more about what Xehanort's grand plan is here. Who is their master. You know, a bunch of key-shaped blades unleashed a spectacular battle years ago. And when it was all over, all that was left was a man lying unconscious without his memories. And he calls him Xemnas. He's like, Xehanort was found by Ansem right around then, wasn't he? And he starts talking about the Chamber of Repose, some of this other stuff, and I think he mentions Castle Oblivion in here. You know, just some cool, like, actual storytelling stuff. I really feel like I should shut up and just let the game do it, but it's way too early to cut it, so. And I could barely read it. But he's talking to someone in that room. He's like, well, he's the only person that goes in there, so who is he talking to? And he's like, yeah, you're listening in, man. He's like, I'm dying to figure out what they're saying in there. You know anything about that? And they're preparing a new facility. Oh, Castle Oblivion is going to be their facility. There's something he didn't share. I know what it is, and hopefully the game says it here. Yeah, the Chamber of Repose is a pair with Castle and the Chamber of Waking. And I think the Chamber of Waking is inside Castle Oblivion. Yep. That's where his other friend will be. We'll get into all of this. We will get into all of it. This is honestly, as confusing as it sounds and everything, this is all pretty cleared up in like 2 games. Like after this, there's like 2 more and it's all clear. The whole story's set in stone. It actually makes sense. And compared to like other things we're gonna find out, as far as Kingdom Hearts lore goes, this is like the simplest the lore can get. It's actually not that bad. At this point, it's actually at a respectable level, is what I would say. It's like you shouldn't judge anybody by appearances. I told them they were sending the wrong guy. Yeah, this guy's not a warrior.
This guy. Remember, the organization's made up of nobodies. Right. No hearts.
Sora's like, yeah, they got no hearts. And he's like, hey, come on. We do have them. Don't be mad.
Silence, traitor.
It's a silent traitor to Sora. This, of course, with some connection to Roxas, but we don't know what just yet. I mean, honestly, you should be able to put a lot of it together at this point. And there is going to be a cut here, but I don't think it's really all that noticeable. Let's see. Yeah, right there. That was it. So I did actually die on my first attempt against this guy. I got a little bit cocky and just didn't use a cure when I likely should have, because I was a hit or two away from finishing him. But I will say, like, it is probably best to go in as master form when you can here. And the big thing with his fight is he'll have two sequences like this, where you need to eliminate these guys like you did in the Hercules world. And the key with them is 100%, like, just wait for the triangle commands and abuse them as much as humanly possible and you'll be fine. That's all you gotta do. And the key for him is, I mean, watch out for his Qs, obviously, but just continuously smack him. If you can get him in a state where he can't really, like, set up anything against you, like, you just keep continuously hitting him, you should be more than good, because he, like, really reacts when he takes damage. So it should be easy enough for you to get him off his guard just by continuously hitting him. I think it takes about 3 hits into the combo for him to stop whatever he's doing, unless it's like one of these attacks, and just take damage. So yeah, just honestly with him, I would just keep doing aerial combos. That would be my recommendation to anybody. Like, just get him caught in aerial combos continuously. I mean, you can see I'm already at like a level 5 on the drive again. He only has a bar, about 2 bars worth of health left now. Like, he's just eating up damage. It's not going to be hard to beat him here. That and his attacks don't do like an overwhelming amount of damage. Not to say that they're weak, like they do some damage to us. But it's not enough that I really get concerned when I play against this guy. Sometimes I do, like I said, I get a little bit cocky in battles against him. Like right here, I need a heal right now. Yep. And I actually think either Sora or Donald did that for me, which was very nice of them. And now we just have to defeat more of these forms. This is the part where when I was a kid, I would lose on the forms. But once you're on that last one, just continuously snap back to him. Get him in a corner or something like this. Get him somewhere where he's a little confined. And then here I'm actually going to switch into another form, just so I can do a little bit more damage. Plus it looks cool in the cutscenes when I'm wearing a different article of clothing than I normally wear. You can see he's bringing out the big guns in terms of attacks right now. But luckily when Sora's in these other forms, a lot of the times he's using dual Keyblades, so we're getting double the damage in, which is always nice. There we go. We have defeated another member of the organization. I think that makes 2 overall so far in the series. Which is pretty nice. Because, according to their name, we'd have to deal with 13 of them minus the ones we killed in between here. That's a good chunk of people. It's a good chunk of bosses. But we gotta help our friends. Let's go help our friends. So he's like, let's go. Oh, Mickey caught up to us. Mickey, where were you when we took out the organizational member? We could have used your help. They're like, we're sorry, King Mickey. We have to care about our friends.
You sure have lots of friends to help.
Mickey's like, you guys got a lot of friends to help, so he's coming around. He understands. Yeah, we could do this as long as we all pull together. That's what it's all about. As long as we have our friends, we're going to be able to get through this. Oh shit, one of the Heartless just blew some shit up. Oh, watch out, King Mickey. Oh my god, they knocked him. They got Goofy. Goofy's down. No, he's unresponsive. Goofy, no. Not Goofy. Goofy. Come on, buddy. Not Goofy. Oh, it's even got Mickey going. Oh my god. Oh no, look at Donald. Sora's devastated too. Goofy is down. Oh shit, they pissed off the king. Look at him. Oh, he's going. Donald's going too. Donald's pissed off. And Sora's jumping into action as well. We need to avenge our man. Goofy's down. This is horrible. It's just me and Donald out there. What are we gonna do? We have to defeat all these Heartless. This section's pretty cool though. We do get I don't want to put a damper on the Goofy stuff, but we do get all of the Final Fantasy characters come to help us here in different sections of this, which is pretty cool. It's the only time we get to see this. Like I said, in this part of the game, like, we're gonna have to go and revisit things after this, and there's a few new worlds we have to unlock, but this is sort of like really ramping up to like the plot-driven elements of the game versus the Disney stuff, which I really like. I really like it when the game gets thick into its own plot versus some of the other crap that it does. There we go. Once we defeat a section with Heartless, we can move on to the next section. So let's go. We need to avenge our friend Goofy. Thank you, Yuffie, for all your help. Who do we got in this next? Oh, we got Leon. Leon's pretty powerful. Man, Leon is pretty powerful. Look at that. I like any character that has a long-range attack like that. And Leon is perfect with that, with his long-range sword and being able to shoot like freaking fireballs and shit. Like, it's awesome. He's a really strong character. Just his ability to wipe out so many enemies at once is really nice. It's such a nice perk to have on the team. Here we go. Let's defeat all the rest of these Heartless. But like I said, if you did like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is greatly motivational for myself. It continues to motivate myself to make videos like this now and in the near future. Here we're going to be fighting with the badass new character whose name I do not yet know because I don't believe she shared it. But yeah, I look forward to the next episode of this coming out on Wednesday. Like I said, it gets even more crazy than this episode was. We get like a lot of story, and there is, of course, we have to go against that whole Heartless army, which we're going to single-handedly take care of next episode, which is going to be pretty damn cool. But if you're interested in that, like I said, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Greatly motivational towards myself and completely free on your end. So yeah, no harm in doing any of that, and it continues to motivate myself to make videos just like this. I can't even express how appreciative I am. You know, like looking back a year ago, we had maybe 10 subscribers, and now we're in the lower 60s. It just never ceases to amaze myself, and definitely motivates myself to make videos just like this in the future. But there we go. We got a Cloud coming down to help us now. Cloud's actually a pretty cool character too. Once again, one of those characters that we only got to see briefly in Kingdom Hearts 1 with the Olympus Coliseum, but is taking a much larger stance in this game, so it's really fun to, you know, see him turn into a role. I'm glad that all these characters really get a home in Hollow Bastion. That's just, it's really cool. Yeah, it's very interesting to see. So, there we go. Now that is out of the way, we can go into here. Let's see, all of our friends are here.
Are you okay?
I'm like, yeah, I'm a little bit winded. And everybody's upset about Goofy.
Hey, fellas!
But there is Goofy. Goofy's alive. Who would have predicted that they didn't kill Goofy off in the middle of the game? Of course they didn't kill him. That hurt really bad. And look at it, everybody's happy that Goofy's alive. Everybody's happy. We're all relieved. But now we have a whole damn army to take down. And Donald's not relieved. He's actually a little pissed off that Goofy acted like he was dead. Goofy, gotta understand, Donald was really upset. These guys are bickering and I look off into the distance because we got a lot of shit to get done. We have a whole army to take down. But we'll see that in the next episode. Until then, everybody have a great week.